Okay, very nice. Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to everyone. We are doing Bhagavad Gita as it is, the important verses. We try to understand the meaning. We recite the words, we understand the meaning with analogies and stories and applications. Okay, we'll start with the prayers. We can do it together. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam
चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः।
Nama Om Vishnu
नमो विष्णुपादाय
Bhutale
कृष्णाय भूतले
Vedanta
श्रीमते
Namini
भक्तिवेदान्त
Namaste
स्वामिनिति
Saraswati Devi
नामिने
Gauravani
मये
Prachari
प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
Devi Jaya Shri Krishna
श्रीकृष्ण
Chaitanya
चैतन्य
Prabhu
प्रभु
Nityananda
नित्यानन्द
Shri
श्री
Advaita
अद्वैत
Gadadhara
गदाधर
Srivasadi Gaura
श्रीवासादि
Bhakta
गौरभक्तवृन्द
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
We've done plenty of verses, and our previous verse was Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu, and today is going to be Apichet Suduracharo. Okay, please repeat after me. This is Bhagavad Gita 9:30. Apichet Suduracharo.
Apichetacaro
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो
Apichetacaro
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो
Apichetacaro
भजते मामनन्यभाक्
Bajambantipak
भजते मामनन्यभाक्
Bajambantipak
भजते मामनन्यभाक्
Bajambantipak
साधुरेव समन्तव्यः साधुरेव समन्तव्य साधुरेव समन्तव्य सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सा सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सा सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सा अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक्
साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि
व्यवसितो हि सः।
Very nice. So let's look at some important words. It says suduracharaha means one committing the most abominable actions. So this is the key word in the entire shloka, sudurachara. Duracharaha, one durachara means achara is basically your actions or your how you conduct yourself. Durachara means bad actions. So even if one committing the most abominable actions, apichet sudurachara. Okay. Bhajate, we all saw in the previous class itself, it is being in devotional service. Krishna says, Mam, unto me, Ananya Bhak. Ananya Bhak means without any deviation. So, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam, which, does anyone know that shloka?
Yes, Mataji. Ananyashchindayantah mam ye jana paribhasade tesam nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham.
Yes, we did talk about.
Mataji, can I tarini?
Yeah, go ahead, Tarini.
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्या सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः.
Very nice. Okay, go ahead.
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः.
Very nice. Okay. So, so what he's saying is that Ananya Bhak means without any deviation. Sadhu is a saint. Mantavyaha means you have to consider in your mind. You should consider. Basically, you accept. That's what is Mantavyaha. Samyak completely. Vyavasita means situated in determination. Like you have Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Ekeha Kuru Nandana. So basically, someone who's determined is Vyavasitaha. Okay, one who is determined. He is certainly, Saha is he. Okay. So now let's look at the translation. Oh, Krishna. Okay, I'm on low battery. Okay, anyway, I'll do the translation and then I'll get my charger. Okay, so the translation is, even if one commits the most abominable action, repeat, even if one
Comments.
most abominable action,
Most abominable action.
actions.
if he is engaged in devotional service,
If he is engaged in devotional service,
he is to be considered saintly
he is to be considered saintly
because he is properly situated in his determination.
because he is properly
He is
situated
properly
in his
situated in his
determination.
determination.
So if a person is practicing devotional service and he's very determined, he's properly situated in his practice of devotional service, by chance, by mistake, it so happens that there is a small fall down. Or even if it is the most abominable fall down also, Krishna says he should be considered a sadhu. Because accidental fall downs are not a big deal. That is what Krishna is trying to tell here. Okay, and you should not deride him. You're not supposed to make fun of him or anything like that. It was an accidental fall down. Still, he's a great devotee and he's a sadhu. That is what Krishna is telling, and Krishna is very, very clear in telling you should not think of him in any other way. You should definitely think of him as a saint. Okay, that is what Krishna is telling here. He's giving us a direct order that this is what you have to do. Do not deride anyone just because they have had an accidental fall down. Now we are going to understand what this accidental fall down is and so many other things as we delve into the verse. So did anyone want to say anything? Someone wanted to say something. Okay. So now,
can you go? Did you start the new verse material yet?
say that again.
Or are you just previewing the previous verses?
No, this is the new verse. Apichet Suduraj. This is the new verse for today.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Mataji,
Ah,
can you go back to the translation?
okay.
I have a question on this. I don't know if you can answer this in the session, but should I ask my question?
Yeah, go ahead, ask me.
It says that even if one commits the most abominable action, does that include Vaishnava aparadha?
Yeah, Vaishnava Aparad. See, if a person does Vaishnava Aparad, he has to go and ask for forgiveness, okay, to the Vaishnava, and then only he'll be able to be properly situated in devotional service. Okay, Vaishnava Aparad is something that many of us are still doing, but you should go and ask for forgiveness and then continue. If you're repentful, you can continue, and Krishna will protect you. Okay. So most abominable means generally it means a fall down, deviation from devotional service. That's what it means. Vaishnava aparad could have been the reason for the deviation also. That is also possible. But if one apologizes and one corrects the situation, he can proceed and Krishna will reciprocate. Okay. But major Vaishnava aparads, certain Vaishnava aparads can never be corrected if the apologies have not been asked for properly. Like we know in the story of Gopal Chapal and Lord Chaitanya, and then there have been many such situations where where the apology was not properly asked to that particular devotee, and Krishna took it very personally. Okay, so if Krishna takes it very personally, then there is a problem.
You need to get your charger, right?
Yeah, I'll get my charge. Okay, thank you for waiting. Okay, so let's try to understand that verse. And a quick revision. Yes, we are in the 9th chapter, very important chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam, I'm going to reveal a secret. Arjuna, you're not envious, so you're the right recipient. And then he starts telling about himself. He says, everything rests on me, but I'm aloof from everything. And then he says he's the Supreme Lord and he's not like any ordinary person in this world. He's got a transcendental body, and a Mahatma is a person who really understands Krishna. So he's not an impersonalist, he's a devotee, and he really understands the Supreme Lord. And then Krishna talks about Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham, which you just recited. And then Krishna says he only wants love. Patram Pushpam Phalam Thoyam. Just give me love, I'm very happy with that. And many things you can do in offering, as an offering to me, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, just do it as an offering to me. And then he tells that I'm not very partial. I'm equal to all. I'm equal to all, but I become very, very reciprocal towards a special devotee who's always thinking of me. So that is what we have seen so far. This has been the flow of this chapter. Now, in this particular verse that we saw today, Krishna is talking about a person who has been a great devotee. Okay, so we saw how there are many devotees and they have engaged all their time and their activities in Krishna consciousness. They have been doing their sadhana and they are very, very fond of the Lord. The Lord also reciprocates with them. And sometimes they can be accidental fall downs. So if there is an accidental fall down, then he should be considered still a saintly person. This is what Krishna is trying to tell us. Now, when we talk about the activities that we have to perform, in general, they are classified as two activities. One is the conditional activity and the other is the constitutional activity. So let's understand what it is. So constitutional activity means it's the constitution of the soul. Okay, so obviously constitutional activity of every living entity is devotional service. Everyone accepts that, right? Anyone has any contention to that? Generally, when we say constitutional means your constitutional position is to be the servant of the Lord. So therefore, devotional service is the constitutional activity of every living entity. But they are also conditional activities, meaning you are in this world, you are a citizen of a particular country. You'll have to follow certain rules and regulations. And you'll have to do your duties according to your varna and ashram. If you're a student, your duty is to study, and as a citizen you might have to follow certain rules and regulations as laid down by the country Like for example, following traffic rules, simple. If you're driving the car, you need to follow traffic rules. You just cannot run over when there's a red light or something like that. So basically, you just have to abide by the rules that is being set by the society and the state, and that is called as conditional activity. All of us have conditional activities. We also have the permanent constitutional activity, which is Krishna consciousness, doing devotional service. So usually the conditional activity and the constitutional activity of every living entity are usually parallel. Usually they go hand in hand, okay? Hand in hand, meaning, see, if I am a good citizen, if I am following the rules and regulations nicely, generally I am a pious person too. I'm able to, take good advice. I'm able to, and I also appreciate devotional service. I can take up to devotional service. So all these go hand in hand 90% of the time. But sometimes it can so happen that it could go opposing also. I mean, it could get opposing also. Like for example, here you see the situation of Ajamil. Ajamal's his conditional activity was set by his father, set by a spiritual master to go and get wood from the forest. Okay, so he was asked to go and get wood from the forest. When he went to get wood from the forest, he got a little diverted. Okay, so his constitutional activity of practicing pure devotional service was opposed, and he had a fall down. So here is the case of Ajamal's fall down. We are going to see all the fall downs, okay, from scripture. So he had a fall down because his conditional activity, his duty towards his father or his spiritual master, was affected when he had a fall down, when he saw something weird in the forest, okay, when he went to collect a firewood. And then later he had a fall down, and it was a big story. Only after he was 70 plus, he realized his constitutional activity was chanting the holy names, and he got into chanting of the holy names. Sometimes the conditional activity and the constitutional activity can go parallel, hand in hand. Like for example, look at Akrura's case. Akrura was sent by Kamsa, right? He was sent by Kamsa, and Kamsa told him to go and bring Krishna. Now, if you look at the situation, that Akrura's job at that point in time was to please Kamsa, and he had to do it. He just had to follow the orders of Kamsa. So he had to go to Vrindavan. Though externally it may appear like a very cruel act, still Akrura within himself, he was very, very happy to go to Vrindavan because he was going to see the Supreme Lord himself. So you all know the prayers of Akrura in Bhagavatam, such beautiful, beautiful prayers. In fact, Akrura is celebrated for offering prayers. So he was just meditating on the Lord. You see, he's just thinking about the lotus feet of the Lord, and he's looking at the lotus feet in this picture. And then finally he goes and he gets to see Krishna, and there is so much reciprocation between Krishna and Akrura. He even sees the forearm form in the water. So there are such beautiful pastimes with Akrura. So his constitutional activity of doing devotional service or being the servant of the Lord was enhanced with his conditional activity. So it was going parallel. Okay, generally for people, it should go parallel. Okay, life should run on these two parallel rails. You will have conditional duties, you'll also have your constitutional duty. You should do both very nicely, very parallelly, like what happened with Akrura. But sometimes it may so happen that when you're doing your conditional activity, your constitutional activity may get opposed, or it might get a little shaky. Like it has happened in Ajamal's case. Not only Ajamal's case, in so many people's case. Look at this Bharat Maharaj. Okay, Bharat Maharaj, he had as a devotee, he was also performing certain activities in the forest, and he had conditional activities and constitutional activities. But then he looked at the deer, he got diverted by the deer, and then he had a fall down. Okay, so this was like he had to fall down from his constitutional activity, and he got attached, and he had to take 2 more births before he could actually perfect his life. This was a story of Vipranarayan. How many of you were there in this class when we discussed the story of Vipranarayan, the one who was
I was there, Mataji.
Yeah, Siddharth. Yeah, so you remember, right? So he did get diverted by Deva Devi, the lady, the
Mataji?
dancer. Yeah.
I joined around, I joined around 8:30. So what happened before?
Before this? Okay.
Yeah.
So before this, what we have been seeing is that We just started saying apichetsu duracharo, that is the verse, meaning even if a person has had an accidental fall down while practicing devotional service, such a person should be considered saintly. So we saw that, that is the verse, and we are trying to understand that verse. To understand that verse, first we saw there are two kinds of activities. One is conditional, the other is constitutional. Constitutional means your eternal constitutional position, which is devotional service. Okay. And conditional activity is decided by the society in which you live. Like for example, if you are a student, your conditional activity is to study and abide by the rules and regulations of the school, and then follow the system that is being told by your country and your state. Like for example, an example here is following traffic rules. Okay, so one has to follow that. Usually they go parallel, your devotional service and the other mundane rules and regulations that you're following. Generally they go hand in hand, but sometimes they may get opposed, and that is when actually there is a fall down. And we did see the state condition of Ajamal. His duty was to go and get firewood. While procuring firewood, he saw something very disturbing and then he had a fall down. But whereas Akrura's case was, he was going parallel. Okay, he was sent as a duty to go and bring Krishna, but it turned out that it was a perfect opportunity for him to meditate on Krishna, think about Krishna, offer prayers to Krishna, and he saw Krishna face to face. And also he had a beautiful darshan underwater. Such beautiful reciprocation happened with Akrura. So now we are just seeing the power of material contamination. So sometimes it gets opposed, right? We were just thinking about how it gets opposed sometimes. And that generally happens because of the power of material contamination. This material contamination means power of this material world. This material world makes us very attached to so many things. Just like we saw what was happening with Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj, he got attached to the deer. You all know the story. And he had to take 2 births before he could perfect his devotional life. And then this was the story of Vipranarayan. Vipranarayan and his connection with Deva Devi. And later the Lord himself came to actually help him. This was covered in one of the previous sessions, and more than 2 or 3 of you were there in that session. So anyway, it was a situation where he was a very great devotee. He would collect flowers for the worship of the Lord. And it so happened that he just met one lady and he really got entangled and he forgot his devotional life. But the Lord himself, seeing that he had fallen down, the Lord himself was so compassionate that he did a leela to bring him back to his senses. What he did was, it was very interesting. He took the form of a small boy and he went to the mother-in-law of Vipranarayan and told that, this Vipranarayan has actually given the silver pot, and he gives that silver pot, but actually that silver pot belonged to the king, and the king belonged to the temple, and the pujari complained to the king, and everyone went to arrest Vipranarayan. He was put in the jail, and then later the Lord helped him and corrected the situation. Then he came to his senses and he understood that he got diverted. So like that, there are many stories of fall down. It can happen. It's nothing, it does happen to many of us. Fall down is nothing unusual. It can happen. So, but however, if you continue to take to devotional service after fall down, if you think that, I want to correct myself and you continue to take to devotional service, there is always success. Because Krishna assures that. Krishna is telling, even if there is fall down, it's okay. Because devotional service will ultimately correct this person. He should be considered saintly if he repents for it. So therefore, devotional service is always a success. Like in the case of Ajamal, we were saying. Ajamal had a heavy fall down for so many years, but still he did one good thing. He did name his child Narayan. And when he called out for Narayan, the Vishnu Dutas came and they protected him, and he utilized his second chance. So he took up to devotional service even more seriously, and his fall down was rectified. So Krishna consciousness is such a strong process that even if there is an accidental fall down, still it can be rectified. Same thing with Jada Bharat also, meaning Bharat Maharaj. He became a deer, and then after that he became a deer, and then he was again reborn as Jada Bharat, and he took to devotional service very seriously. He didn't repeat his mistakes. He didn't get allured by anything. and he was fine by the power of devotional service. So generally we see for a person to attain success, devotional service helps a lot. It is a self-curative process, meaning even if there are mistakes done, as you practice devotional service, you can overcome those mistakes and you can perfect life. So that is the beauty of devotional service. See, you see yogis, when they fall down, when they think that they are in control of their senses, and when they fall down, when they come back, it's very difficult for them to correct their ways by again taking up the yogic process, because again there could be a fall down. But devotional service is always corrective. It always helps a person because Krishna becomes very merciful. He gives all his love and attention to this person, and this person is able to progress. So therefore, that is what Krishna is telling here. Even if a person has fallen down by mistake, don't deride him, don't make fun of him or ostracize him. Consider him saintly. So then, that is the point that we're going to discuss in this slide. So can we really deride a devotee who has had an accidental fall down? Now remember, this is accidental. Okay, we are going to get into more details of this. So the acharyas tell us, by the process of chanting, surely he'll become rectified. Surely he should be brought back, he should be allowed to chant, and by the process of chanting he will be rectified. And therefore Krishna very emphatically says he should be considered saintly. And if we deride such a devotee, we are only going against the order of the Supreme Lord. That is what is going to happen. So he says, sadhureva mantavya. One, if continues to deride such a person, he is actually disobeying the Lord's wish and the Lord's order. And if there are mistakes in such a devotee, a very great sadhu, by chance, some fall down he had, we should not make fun of him, because it is just like these spots on the moon. Like when we look up at the moon, we may see, because of the craters, we may just see that there are spots on the moon. So because there are spots on the moon, you can't say that the moon looks ugly. No, the moon is very beautiful. Those spots, they do not impede the moonshine. You still get the moonshine in spite of the spots that could be apparently visible. So similarly, though a sadhu may have an accidental fall down because of some situation, it could be a unexpected situation, he had a fall down, but he should still be considered saintly. We should not look at those spots, rather we should look at the moonshine that is coming in spite of the spots. Now, this verse is talking about accidental fall down. Okay, so the point is, can we take advantage of this verse? Everyone, okay, fall down, it's okay. Krishna will anyhow accept me. Let me do anything and let me fall down. That's not the spirit of this verse. So you should not have a willful fall down, meaning purposely you should not have a fall down. You know it is wrong, but still you want to do it. Then that's not called as a fall down. Okay, fall down can become accidentally, something happens and then you get into a loop of certain things, and it's a big mess in your life. It can happen. So sometimes it happens. Just one act, there is an accidental fall down. But one should not have a willful fall down. Yes, I want to fall down, like that. They should not go and fall down. And fall down should not be repetitive. If you're doing the same mistake again and again, then it's a willful fall down. It's not an accidental fall down. It is also an offense to the holy name. Holy name, one of the things is to think that by the strength of chanting the holy name, I will rectify my error. So such a mood should not be there. Okay, one should not do repetitive things and then consider, everyone should not think that, oh, he's saintly, he's saintly. You should not take advantage of this. You should not take advantage of this verse. And Prabhupada is very, very clear about that. There's no point doing it again and then expecting people to celebrate you as a saint. That's not going to happen. And this verse applies to an accidental fall down because of the strong influence of material nature. Because material nature is very strong. Like, look at the case of Jada Bharat, such an unexpected situation, right? He never planned that, he would go, and it was out of plan, this deer episode. It just happened. It was an accident. So like this, one should understand that accidental fall downs only is what they are talking in this verse. And once a person rectifies himself and comes back to devotional service, he should make sure that he takes devotional process very seriously and improves his character That is the real measure of advancement. See, Prabhupada often says, not only Prabhupada, Krishna says, in so many pages of the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, all our acharyas say, everybody say this one thing. A measure of your advancement in Krishna consciousness is how much you have improved in your character. So if we are doing the same thing again and again, in spite of chanting so much, in spite of hearing so much, and our hearts haven't changed a bit, then really it is all external. We have not taken it inside. You know, when we hear Krishna Katha or when we do any devotional practice, we should really take it within and try to transform the mistakes that we have. If we are doing the same thing again and again, if we are the same dirty people, then we have not made any advancement. So therefore, we should remember that we should not take advantage of this verse and we should try to correct ourselves. And besides this, so we are seeing three situations. One situation is a person who willfully falls down. Okay, he's like, who does the same mistake again and again. Second is a person who has an accidental fall down, about whom this verse is. And the third could be a person who's never defeated because he's so well situated. He's in such a great position that he can never have a fall down. Like, for example, Haridas Thakur. Okay, we all know how Haridas Thakur was situated. He would always chant the holy names and he never had an accidental fall down. He was put through so many tests again and again. He was beaten in 22 marketplaces. He was challenged, about the greatness of the holy name. So he had 2-3 challenges where he had to prove the greatness of the holy name, and he never let go of the process of chanting. And also he was tested by Maya Devi. He was tested by another woman. So many people tested him, but he was always steady. He never had a fall down. So such a person is extremely well situated. Okay. So there are 3 levels. One is who's having continuous fall down. The second is an accidental fall down. And the third one who never has a fall down, who's very well situated. So we are talking about this middle person, who's having an accidental fall down. Such a person can be considered as a sadhu, like the topmost person. Okay, that's what Krishna is telling. He's not talking about the people who keep falling all the time, not about that. Accidental fall down, another example is Krishna Das, Kana Krishna Das. So you see this person who's with Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya went to South India, he had a South India tour. At that time, there was a servant who accompanied him. His name is Kala Krishnadas. This is actually a picture in the Jharkhand forest. But as they proceeded and they went down south, in one place down south, they had a very, bad incident actually. So imagine this Kala Krishnadas, he was the personal servant of Lord Chaitanya, continuous association of Lord Chaitanya all the time. Just him and Lord Chaitanya through the entire South India Yatra. Personal servant always with the Lord. Imagine you're getting the Lord's association and still you have a fall down. That's really sad. So it so happened that in one place he was allured by the Bhattadris. They are like, the Pujari kind of people of one particular sect. And they were allured by these people, and and he was taken away, and he was taken into a remote place with gypsy women, and it was a big mess. And Lord Chaitanya had to go and retrieve him from that place. He was completely brainwashed, and it was very hard for him to come back. But then Lord Chaitanya went and he personally caught hold of his shika. And these people, they started attacking Lord Chaitanya. They were throwing all sorts of weapons on him. But then these weapons, they went back and hit these Bhattadris, and they were actually hurt. And Lord Chaitanya managed to take him away. But he had a fall down. He went and he got allured by those people and those women, and it was quite messy. But Lord Chaitanya managed to take him out of that. And then later when the yatra was over, Lord Chaitanya kept him till the end of the yatra, till they went back to Jagannath Puri. And then later he told Kala Krishnadas, I don't want to take any more thing over you. I'm going to give you away to Nityananda Prabhu. He just told them, you guys decide what you want to do. I don't want to have anything to do with this person. So then afterwards, Nityananda Prabhu and the other devotees, they made sure that he was engaged in service by serving Sachimata in Navadvip. So Lord Chaitanya's mother was served by Kala Krishnadas, and oftentimes he would carry messages of Lord Chaitanya's well-being. So he was engaged in devotional service by the mercy of other devotees. So that is the story of Kala Krishna Das. It was an accidental fall down. It can happen. It can happen to anybody. So anyway, so that is one accidental fall down. And here we have an example of Haridas Thakur, who never had a fall down. And we do have an example of here. It's just a casual thing, which we always do. You know, we know fire is hot. Still, we like to put our finger in fire. That is called as repetitive fall down. We know it's going to be hot, but still we try to experiment. We have this tendency to experiment with Maya, though we know the power of Maya. So this is the case of many of us. But anyway, so these are the three cases that is discussed. Okay. So why is the second case, why do we consider such a person still saintly, the second case person? Because fall downs in initial stages is not a big fault. Till a person comes to the stage of being like Haridas Thakur, there is a possibility to have fall down, and it is not a big fault because Krishna is always helping you. Okay, so we have declared a war against Maya, and we need to be trained again and again till we are perfect. Like a warrior, you see a warrior, he's standing here. He's declared a war against Maya. So if the warrior is extremely brave and extremely well situated, he's going to be a success. But if the warrior is defeated, it doesn't mean that he just sits down and says, I'm not going to fight again. He must go back to the battlefield. He must, cure his wounds, go back and fight. So he can have, defeats, but still one should not give up. Just like this little baby who's trying to walk. So you've seen babies, right? Initially, when they try to walk, they fall down so many times. Their legs are not strong enough. They have just started walking. It's so beautiful to see a baby walk. They keep falling down, but the baby doesn't give up. Again, he gets up and he walks. And as he becomes stronger and taller and bigger, his walking is steady. So like that, even our devotional services like that, we are like little babies. We have fall downs. It's okay. Still, we try and Krishna sees our effort. Okay, so that is what this verse is saying. Do not deride anyone. They will take up to devotional service again. Okay, I think it was a big lecture for all of you. So anyone wants to recite the verse? Few of you recited the verse. Anyone else would like to do it?
Krishna Chaitanya.
Yes, Krishna Chaitanya.
Api chet suduracharo bhajate mamananyavak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha.
Very nice, Krishna Chaitanya. Thank you.
Mataji, can I go?
Yes.
Api chetu suduracharo bhajate mamananyavak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha.
Very nice. Thank you.
Mataji, can I say?
Yes. Yes, go ahead, Mishti.
Yes, Mataji. Api chetu duracharo bhajate mamananyavak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha.
Very nice. Varun?
Api chetu duracharo bhajate mamananyavak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha.
Very nice. Who's next?
Mataji, can Prahlad say?
Yes, Prahalad.
Api chetu duracharo bhajatamam ananyabhag sadhureva samantavya samagvya visito hi saha.
Oh, you're the best, huh? Best at everything. Thank you, Prahalad. Who's next?
That's it?
Yes.
Api chetu duracharo bhajate mam ananyabhag sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha.
Very good, Aditya. Anshu? Anshu wants to go. Arush.
I'm just gonna practice. I'm gonna learn this
Okay.
and I'll say it next week, Mataji.
Sure, Anshu. Arush, Adipurush. Aditya, Rajiv, anybody? Advait, co-host Bhakti Sangha. Who's that? Is that Atharv? Divyansh, Krishna Chaitanya, Sachi, Sai Veda, Siddharth, Srinidhi, Tarini, Vasudha, Yoshita, Shreyas. Anybody else?
Mataji, I can say.
Yes, go ahead.
अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते मामनु अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्य सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः.
Very good, Aditya.
Mataji, can I say?
Yes, Sai Vedas. Yes, Sai Vedas, then Vrinda.
अपि चेता सुदाचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्य समग्व्यवसितो हि सः.
Very good, Sai Vedas. Very nice. Yes, Balavanta.
सुदुराचारो भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग् व्यवसितो हि सः.
Thank you. Thank you, Balavrinda.
Mataji, can I say this is Shreyas?
Yes, Shreyas, go ahead.
Api chet suduracharo bhajante mamananyabhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hita. No,
Very
hisa.
good. Good job, Shreyas. Anyone else? Sudha, Tarini, Srinidhi. Okay. So time to play. Let's play Kahoot. Oh, what happened to the rest of you? I saw Siddharth. I saw so many of you. Okay. Anyway, so let's start our game. I'll stop screen share and then we can start. All of you are all set, huh?
Siddharth, how do you do that?
I know. There is an option actually in your video settings, in your profile settings. Many people do that. I saw Shreya with all that piggy face and cat face.
I can't see any of that. How do you guys do it?
There's an option called video
Siddharth, how do you
filters.
get those pixel glasses?
Wait, there's an option called near the virtual background called video filter, and you can choose it. Video filter. Near where you put your virtual background.
I can't see a virtual background. I don't have that option on my computer yet.
You have to click the arrow next to stop video, and then you can choose virtual background or video filter,
Wait.
and it's there.
Wait, stop video?
Yeah, it's next to stop video.
Where is it on the screen though?
No, there's a drop down menu thing.
Yeah.
Where do you guys see it though? Like, wait, start from what I can see on the screen though. Start from there.
Okay, your Kahoot code is 4901668. Yeah. Preethi Vilasini is back. Kristi Vedas, Nima, Shaurya, Krishna Chinta, Varan the Carrot, Srinidhi Shaurya. I just have 7 players. Please join. Pranav,
We're joining Mataji.
Arush.
Can we play the game with 7 players?
No, that's not gonna be fun. There's gonna be less people to destroy.
Siddharth, how do you do it? Now tell me.
Come on, I just told you it's near the stop video button and you have to click choose video filter. It's only on PC, I think. I'm on PC, so.
It could be that you didn't update your Zoom. You need to update your Zoom.
Or you could
Yeah, that works.
I
think it only works on PC though.
Yeah, I think I have a Chromebook. Yeah, I have a Chromebook.
Yeah, it doesn't work on that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Flex.
Is that supposed to be like Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yeah.
And he's holding guns.
Balaram.
It's supposed to be a Russian spy, not a science guy.
Bill Nye the Rational Spy.
Bill Nye the Russian spy.
Okay, should we start?
Science kid.
Everyone ready?
Maybe.
What's with the Sid 2.0s? Mataji, there's a Sid 2.0.
Yeah, 2.2.
Kick them out.
Yes,
kick them
Mataji,
out.
we're ready.
Let's do this.
The previous was Samoham Sarvabhuteshu.
Let's think about it.
I actually clicked this one fast for some reason.
Let's think about it.
I clicked let's think about it because I wasn't here for last time's lesson.
Very nice. All of you got it right. Okay.
Oh yeah, for 5th place.
Cheesecake.
I'm 11.
Cheesecake
I'm
Pro. Socket Pro. Is it Socket Pro?
Yes, 2nd place.
Wonderful.
I didn't even know I got it right, and I got it wrong.
Ananya Bhak means.
I don't know.
Okay.
Devotional,
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
I got my cool glasses on. Oh no, I lost it.
It's square, it's square, it's square, it's square, it's square, it's square.
Without
No
deviation.
deviation.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, boy.
Some of them said 4 devotion.
Let's
Pro got it
do
wrong.
this.
Pro was in 9th place.
2nd place. Let's do this.
Vilasini Srinidhi have all.
Take that, Shaurya.
Krishna Balara is the highest climber.
Take that, Shaurya.
When a living
Be
entity
quiet,
is
Sid.
mentioned, he has 2 kinds of activities.
Let's go. First one to answer.
Second.
I don't know.
If I could attend school
tough,
like this,
right? It was very tough.
if I could attend school like this,
Oh wow, you guys have done so well.
I'm in 6th.
don't underestimate us, Mataji.
I know.
Yay,
I
first place.
know. Yeah. Sid, Rajiv, then
Sid 2.0.
You can sit.
Take that, cheesecake.
Krishna Chinta is the highest climber.
I guess cheesecake.
Devotional service is conspiracy activity, cool activity, constitutional
Additional
activity.
activity.
I don't know which.
Cool. That's what I picked.
cool.
I'm sure it is.
No, it's constitutional. I messed up. No.
Dang
it.
No.
Dang it.
What?
Many of you said conditional.
Click.
Well, I click conditional because my internet was.
Bro, my twin is in a higher place.
Srinidhi has a streak with 4 correct answers in a row. Very good, Srinidhi on fire.
Cool.
Ajamila's constitutional and conditional activity was parallel opposed circuited cycling.
Take that, Shaurya. I'm gonna say that every round. I'm gonna say that every question. Take that, Shaurya.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, man. Yes.
Pranav and Sid have climbed up.
Take that, Shaurya.
And the highest climb.
Be quiet, Sid. I don't want to hear your face.
Fall down can happen to great practicing devotees because matter and spirit are strong, movement in the world is strong. Material
Movement in the world.
First
is strong.
one.
Mixed ideas are possible.
God dang it. No. Take that, Shaurya.
First one. Yeah.
I'm in 11th place.
Tough one, huh? Pranav is on fire.
Whoa.
Sid has
Take
climbed
that,
up.
Sid.
Pranav has a
Sid
streak.
2.0. Yeah, boy.
Occasional fall down can be rectified by
Playing Kahoot.
Kahoot, easy.
Playing Kahoot. It's easy.
I mean, playing.
Talking, not the thing. It's a trick question. Is
Who
talking nonstop
actually
allowed?
said playing Kahoot? What?
Someone really playing Kahoot.
So what's it?
Bro, I'm behind my twin.
Aditya Rajiv, very good. On fire.
Aditya, you better win.
If we deride a sincere devotee who has had a fall down, it is going against Krishna's just pleasing Krishna.
No. Dang it. No. I forgot what deride meant.
Make fun.
Pleasing Krishna, it's fun for all.
It's fun for all.
Dang it.
It's fun for all.
Stupid.
See? Ha!
Yeah.
Sid, ha, ha, ha,
Behind
ha,
Pro.
ha, 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 ha. Sid, what place are you in?
Nice. Shreyas Goodiwad is
First,
back with
I'm
an
secretly Aditya Raji.
Be quiet, Sid. What place are you in?
spot.
Cheesecake.
Season 6. Season 6.
No, I'm not.
Well, can
Depends on NASA's division.
depends on NASA's decision. Ha.
Depends on Shaurya's decision.
Yes, nothing depends on me though. It depends on.
No.
Darn it!
Take that, Shaurya.
Darn it!
But see
Darn
what
it, man! Darn it!
Depends on darn it.
No, my twin. Yay, 3
This is
places.
the highest climber. Awesome.
Why?
5 more
man,
questions.
Seven
why?
words applies only for those.
Who think of fall down? Who fall down? Who want to fall
That's
down?
definitely Shaurya. Shaurya is who thinks of fall down all. That's why he keeps falling down
No,
when playing.
Sid is square. Sid is the green square. Sid is the green square. See, got it right.
Awesome.
I'm gonna be like 8th place.
Pranav cheesecake. Who's this
I'm in
cheesecake?
No,
It's Shaurya. You didn't know?
His
Shaurya.
A strong devotee is never deviated.
No, dang it. Dang it, I got it.
It's an overestimate. Don't know. It's
an
don't
underestimate.
overestimate anyone. It's don't overestimate anyone, guys. Like, actually though, real talk.
Yes!
Oh, I got it. Let's go.
I'm behind Nimai.
You might have to teach me more.
816 points behind Sid.
Sid, what place?
8th.
Pranav is on fire.
Now what place are you in, Cheesecake? Cheesecake Factory.
Devotional service helps us become great warriors in our fight with Dash.
Goya.
Soya.
Goya,
Goya, soya, chaya. Goya, not soya.
No, it's a trick question. It's chai. It's our tea.
Someone said really Goya. Okay.
They're just doing it for the meme. Come on, my twin is coming 4th place.
Trainer Nimai is back in the game. Welcome, Nimai.
I've got 4 in a row.
Example of a devotee who was steady without any fall down loss. Haridas Thakur, Krishnadas.
Hiranya Garba.
Me. It's
You,
definitely
you,
me. You. It's you, Mataji.
You.
You.
You, Mataji.
See? Yes. Yes.
I'm behind Cheesecake. Also known as Shaurya. If I pass him, then I win automatically. So.
Fall down in initial stages.
Really is cheesecake.
Not a big fault.
Let's discuss with each other and gossip.
I accidentally put major.
Wait, guys. After this, okay, guys. After this, let's do let's do that one question Kahoot again.
Yeah, where the omnipotence paradox. Some
Yeah,
people are not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
know.
Let's do that one again.
Yeah, the omnipotence paradox.
Oh yeah, omnipotent.
The omnipotence, yeah.
Yeah, we should do that one. We should do that one. So you remember what it is.
Yeah, we should show everyone what it is.
True or
Okay,
false?
true or false?
Accrued hours benefited by carrying
Yeah,
out
no,
functions
wait,
or-
not false. False, false. Very false.
Varun, you're so bad at lying.
Yeah, you're terrible. It's true.
I'm 2.
But you're not as bad as Shaurya.
Lol.
You gotta see.
Who
Okay.
said false?
This is a tough one. Huh?
Wait, I'm guys.
There's
Let's do that omnipotence paradox one, guys.
I got all
Yeah,
9.
Mataji.
I got all 15 wrong.
Guys, let's do
Mataji.
omnipotent paradox.
Yeah, Mataji. Good job, Aditya. You won it for me. Good job.
Sid and Srinidhi. Very nice.
Yay, Sid 2.0.
Wait, guys, let's do the omnipotence paradox. Mataji, can we do
I am
omnipotence
Sid 2.0.
Yeah.
Sid,
Who
You
is?
want the one? Okay.
What is your
awesome.
name?
Prahalad.
Prahlad. Good job, Prahlad.
Mataji, can we do the omnipotence
Mataji, can we do?
paradox?
Yeah, Mataji, can we do the omnipotence paradox?
I had only one question, right? Why do you want to do
Yeah,
this?
but we can do that, and then we can do another one.
I want to get it because you want to see
Ah.
what's going on.
We still want to do it.
Ooh, 63%.
Yeah, exactly.
Mataji.
Mm.
Sad.
place, but I had a bad start. I got both for first two questions.
You got both for the first two questions?
I missed both the first two questions, but I still got third place.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
That's just lucky, man.
So where's your omnipotence paradox?
It's the one that
It's
says
the
God
does
is
God
something.
exist one. It's the does God exist one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's the does
You
God
just passed
exist.
it.
You passed it.
Yeah, they were there.
Does
Right
God
there.
exist this time?
Oh no. Oh
This
no.
one was insane.
Okay.
Oh man,
where
what
is
is the omnipotence paradox?
Play. Mataji, play. Over there. Yeah, go.
Click play, Mataji.
Green button.
Okay, let's do this.
Who's that behind you, Sid? Holding two guns.
Mataji, it's Bill Nye the Science Guy. The most educational scientist in the entire world.
Wow.
He's an old man now.
Vilasini is back. Vilasini didn't win.
Hashtag real Sid. What the heck?
This is Sid
Sorry.
5.0. What the heck?
Sid 5.0.
Sid
5.0.
I think they were concerned that everybody
Real
else was going
Sid.
to do
Oh.
Sid like two,
I am
three.
Sid. I want to join this. I am also Sid.
Wait, what, Mataji? You
Are
joined
you
this?
making robots of yourself?
Guys, what's left? Guys, this is what's left. Hola, me llamo Sid. That's
No.
what's left. That's literally what's left. Hola, me llamo Sid.
¿Cómo te llamas, bro?
Me llamo Sid. Been yelling that for the past 2 minutes.
No, tú
Okay,
llamo
can we start now? Can we
idiot.
start now? Can we start now? I am the real Sid. No, you aren't.
Why
Me
is
llamo
Sid
Sid. Can somebody be me llamo Sid? Can somebody please be me llamo Sid?
Llamo is LLAMO.
Yes,
the
I
way.
am.
Sid, are you making robots of yourself?
No, I can't do that.
No, he
Physically.
can't. He can't do that.
Yes,
Me
llamo.
llamo Sid.
Wait, I want to take a
Me
screenshot
llamo
of this.
Sid. Okay, let's start. Let's start, because I have to leave after this. Does God exist? Oh no, what is the I don't even know what the omnipotence paradox is.
I know exactly what it is.
Easy answer, Mataji. It's kick.
It's kick.
No, it's Krishna is unlimited in his power. and that
No,
is
it's
always
actually
increasing.
Krishna is unlimited in his power, and that is always increasing.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, that's the actual answer. What was that?
Okay.
Oh, it's actually so funny.
Okay, which is the next one? Oh, really?
Top 5 is with
Oh, I got second place. Wait, real Sid? No way.
Second.
No way. No way.
The type of mystic.
Oh, come on. I wanted to.
I wanted all of those to be.
Sid
I want to be
Okay,
all of those related to Sid.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah.
That was funny.
I just spammed it.
Okay.
And
So which one do you guys want?
Random one.
How many times you do? Is God real? You want to do this?
Oh yeah, is that from the summer camp?
Mataji.
I think that was from the summer camp. Yeah, 15 questions. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two one four two six six zero.
Dang it.
Who is watching serials?
Sid the science. Where's the kid at? Oh my.
Shall we start?
I want more Sids. Make Sid robots and take over the world.
Is God real? Yeah.
Krishna lifted the Govardhan houses.
No, he's an illusion.
It is not possible.
It's not possible. That's why he didn't do it. He just faked it. He clickbaited. He clickbaited
Sid
it.
is in third place.
He talked with the Govardhan Hill and pleaded him until they cooperated.
Krishna Chinta's hacking.
It appears difficult to understand God because God.
What is he, Jesus? Was he Jesus?
It's just easy. It's just easy because these questions are just easy.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much sure you're hacking.
If I was hacking, I'd get 1,000.
Like Jesus.
Yes.
Like Jesus.
Next.
Coronavirus.
Everyone pick coronavirus!
Somebody pick it. Somebody pick it. Sorry, I pick it.
Somebody, please!
No, dang.
The cause of all causes doesn't have a cause.
That's true.
Oh shoot, I got it wrong. Dang it.
Both Sids win it for me.
Sid the science. Sid is only me on fire. Morality and sense of good.
It's easy to confuse.
Yeah. What?
Wait, what?
What?
Yes, it's inherent. It's inherent. Yes, morality is inherent in the soul.
Sid is only me.
Yeah, and Sid the science.
Win it for me, Sid.
I cannot see God because
I don't have divine eyes.
I want us to see him.
He's beyond. Oh, I got it wrong.
Oh no.
We can't see him because Shaurya is blind.
No, you can't see him because Sid is manipulating the whole entire world.
What?
Who is that one person who got that right? I want to see it. It's Nimai. What the heck?
He's the one who made the quiz, so multi-select. The universe is created by the original creator God, and we can understand this when we see
I only picked one.
What?
Only God knows the answer. How does God talk to us?
It's through a super soul.
Yeah, this is correct. Imai and Preethi Vilasini.
Multi-selects.
God has affirmed that his choose careful.
I didn't pick transcendental.
Oh, it's a multi-select.
I didn't pick transcendental because it's spelled wrong.
Ah.
Let's go 2 places.
Oh my
The deity form is a concept created for the weak minds to connect to a superior force.
I don't even know why this is a question.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
That is true, though.
Why did I go down a place?
I'm 1,900.
Because someone scored higher than
Why do
you.
you need to worship God as a deity? So that he can respond to you so you can speak to him, because the deity is an authorized form of our worship.
I don't know.
To get our desires fulfilled.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone got it right.
Let's go 5th place. Bye-bye, Nimai.
Is God male or female? This is a trick question.
Oh, that guy with no face. Ooh.
No, actually, this is multi-select, right?
Oh my God! No way, I got it right. Let's go.
It is only me.
What are you wearing?
Which is the toll-free number to God?
Yeah, dial Bhakti Sangha.
Dial Bhakti Sangha, I remember this.
Yes, I got it right. Dial Bhakti Sangha.
Who's our dearest friend?
I know.
Preethi
Think,
Mataji.
right?
Yeah, Preethi Vilasini is our dearest friend.
Everyone got it right.
Oh, it's fine.
It was only me on phone. The 3 aspects of Supreme Lord Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan are compared in an analogy to the sun. Supreme Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan.
Yes, the Sids won it for me.
The signs. They're all going to be Sid. Krishna Chinta.
Yes, Sid
So
is only me. Let's go. I won. Yes. Let's go. 4th place.
And Arul.
Let's go.
Very nice.
I came 6th. Wow.
Let's go.
I
Take that, Shoria.
Okay, so we'll wind up for today and meet again next week with the next verse. Okay, thank you all. Had lots of fun.
This class is always fun.
I know. But after we finish the 9th chapter, we have to have an exam.
No, we have a gigantic everything.
We have to have an exam after the 9th chapter, because you know what, we did exam till 6th chapter. 7 and 8 we didn't do any exam, but then you guys came only in the 9th chapter, most of you. So we'll just do a 9th chapter exam after we finish this whole thing.
And then can we do a massive Kahoot? Like
yeah,
50
you want to do a
Kahoot?
massive Kahoot or a written exam, something?
Yeah, so it like you just put all the questions from all the different verses into one.
Okay, we'll do a massive Kahoot. Okay, guys. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyascha patitaram pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantapati Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. All glories to the assembled, please. Hare Krishna kids.